Hi guys, so today I'm going to take you along what I do typically at the end of a month slash beginning of the month, depending on where I am, to make sure that I am ahead financially, that I've got all my setups kind of like ready to go, all my trackers, all my different tools that I use to make sure that I know where my money is going every single day, basically of the month, and that I am tracking ahead of my targets that I have financially, and also we're going to invest my money together. So without further ado, let me share my screen. The last thing that I would do is, let's say this is the end of the month. This is May. I've run all my numbers, so these are all the up-to-date and final numbers for the month. So the first thing that I would then do is I would take my template that I have. Actually, I would go ahead here and add a line, a row above. I have to do that. Then I would again select my template that I keep at the bottom here, go up, copy it here in between. Just visually, let's put this to white, all of this as a separation. Fantastic. I'm going to recopy this to the bottom to have it for next month, do ourselves a favor, and then I am going to convert this to June 2025. And now here, so I'm going to take out anything that is not accurate, yeah, basically. And just keep things that I know are going to be accurate. So the phone contract, we can actually keep the same because I know it's going to be the same every single month. Groceries, again, we take out because it's a bit more variable. Bills, I'm going to circle back to this. I'll leave it as it is for now. Council tax is the same every single time, and home is to 0. And then I've got my rent, which is also the same, and then my Florence mortgage, which also stays the same. So here's now where we start getting into the fun of it all. So you see here my targets again that I have, which are the allocated, the goal percentages of my total spent, basically, which we'll find here, of course. And we are going to start inputting we start with the income, right? And so for this, let me just quickly go into my bank account to triple check again what my income for the month was post-tax, and I only count the post-tax bit, of course, for this one. And I can see that the other day I was paid 4,894, actually perfectly to the T, so I've already put it out. That's fantastic. And then, as you can see, there's two elements here that I haven't counted yet. That I normally count as total income, and then I resubtract that from the future payment, because both of these are kind of like investments, basically, if you think about it. So one of them is my pension fund, which is definitely an investment, and the student loan I choose to count it as basically an investment, basically in the future Francesca part of the balance sheet, if you will. So student loan, this £94, a little bit less, because I actually contributed more to my pension. I increased the percentage that I contribute on a monthly basis, and so that was instead 367. So this is going to be my new total for the month. Now, I am yet to invest anything, which we will actually go ahead and do now together. So let me start recording actually and switch you over to my phone recording. So we'll go into my trading 212, and I want to invest £1,000 into my stocks and shares ISA. I'm going to already invest this. So if I do invest, and I can do to the max, self-balancing, that's how I enjoy doing it. And my request will be processed once the stock markets open. And so this is going to be it. And so input here that £1,000 has been invested. And then I also wanted to, this month, to invest a little bit more into crypto through my my phone app as well. So I use Kraken as my crypto broker. And I'm going to deposit some cash, some pounds sterling, easy bank transfer, my bank name that I'm looking up now into my my account is this, so online banking personal. Let's do for £100. Once again, they're redirecting me to my bank. And the reason why I like to do this at the beginning of the month is because it's super easy for like all other kinds of payments to take precedence. And before you know it, it's the end of the month and you've got no money left and you haven't invested anything. So for me, if that's the first thing that I do right at the beginning, then it gives me so much more peace of clarity, peace of mind, and just like confidence that I've covered all my bases and that I can go ahead and kind of like just spend the rest of the money in whatever way I choose, really. Knowing that I have already kind of like paid myself first, basically. This is what it's all about, really, in a way. So let's see if my money, yes, the deposit has been received. This is also fantastic. Like getting this money, like literally in seconds, not even a minute, is just amazing. And so now I'm going to execute a trade. Let me see. I think I want to buy some Ripple, actually. I wanted to get into Ripple a bit more. And so I'm actually going to buy. I will put this into here as well. That's great. So I've already invested. If you look at this now, I like right now, 39% of my money has been spent on my future me, basically, which is exactly what we want. I mean, ideally, I want 30%. But of course, as the month goes by, all of these other expenses will be filled out, right? So it has set us up quite well for the month. Now, there are a few things that are still TBD. So, for example, my Florence rental, I only get the money at around the 8th or the 9th of the month. Once I have an idea of how much that could be, let's just say that, for example, it's going to be 800 this month that I take away. I'm going to leave a comment, just say TBD exact amount, because yeah, I don't quite know yet exactly how much money I'm gonna receive, basically. And I think this is it. Now, one thing that I like to do is actually double checking that I'm gonna have enough money to make all my payments, right? Because I do pay for some things with my credit card, and so I want to make sure that when those payments, when it's time to pay back the credit card, I'm gonna have enough money, and then see what budget I have to play with after I've made my very important investments. So now, after all these like payments that I've made, I have basically £4,000 left to play with. We detract my rent, which would have been going out today, but it's Sunday, so it's not going to go out until tomorrow. So that's then one credit card payment that I have to make, minus 374, which is another one, and then minus 1,040, which is something else that I have to pay. So that leaves us with basically £1,000 to play with for the rest of the month for all types of necessary, expenses, any dinners, anything really that I'm going to be spending for the month. And so this now gives me peace of mind, gives me clarity. It also helps me decide, okay, do I want to perhaps save more? I can also be a bit more aggressive and invest, let's say, 200 of those extra. But then I'll know that I'll only have £800 left for the month to spend, which is fine, but it's a choice that I can make. In this case, I'm actually going to transfer £350 or so for a trip that I have upcoming in a couple of weeks. So I'll use that as kind of like my budget for the trip, and and hopefully that's gonna help. And hopefully this was helpful for you guys. This is kind of like my routine that I have, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you soon.